Okay, hi. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of a background travel vlog. I have some more content coming up on my travels recently to France and Amsterdam and London, but I have been traveling for years, okay? For context, I am a former flight attendant. I used to fly with Delta Airlines, and not only did I fly with Delta Airlines, but I've been traveling since I was a little kid. My mom was a travel-holic. So she lugged us around and took us so many countries since I was little. I've had a passport since I was a baby. I have literally I wonder if I still have it. I'll look. If I do, I'm gonna post it. But anyway, so besides that, I travel all the time. I've traveled for fun, I've traveled for business, I've traveled as employment. I love traveling. And my favorite thing to do is finding the most comfortable shoes, things that are helpful and convenient for the airplane, things that are helpful and convenient when you're walking around, things that are helpful and convenient for like being in different countries and whatever. So I thought it would be fun to start adding this into my travel and Rose Goes in my travel videos, that to share with you guys some of the things that I purchased and some of the things that I've used. I've tried a lot of different gadgets and things, and so I'm not just doing it for aesthetic, but some of it is like because it's comfortable, because you know, like your girl wants to look cute, all right, when I'm traveling, and I want things to look nice, and I like things to look bougie, right? I want to be comfortable. So I thought today I want to share with you, I'm going to focus on shoes and then a couple of other things that are my go-tos and have been shockingly some of the more inexpensive things that I continuously go to, because I have very expensive shoes and bags and things, but some of the things that I'm going to share with you, you guys are going to be surprised. Okay, so the first thing I thought is, like, you know, when you go to Europe or to other countries too, but mainly Europe for me, is there is a lot of walking. Also Japan, you're gonna do a lot of walking, like, or China, you're gonna do a lot of walking. So even when I went to Australia, there's a lot of walking. So walking. So, but no one wants to only be in sneakers the whole time, because you want to go to dinner. You want to be able to stop in and have a meal, and it might be a nicer restaurant, right? Or whatever. Or you just want to look cute when you're walking around in like the main city areas. So sneakers can do it, right? As long as you have some cool looking sneakers, you can really rock your sneakers with a dress, with skirt, with pants, with shorts, right? You can really rock a cool pair of sneakers. Guys can do this a lot easier as long as you're not wearing some, you know, some basic, you know, sneakers, okay? Like I'm talking basic, like, you know, they just don't have anything to, I'm just gonna show you guys, okay? So I love sneakers, okay? So for me, when I travel, my favorites are actually New Balance and the Asics. These are my two favorite, because when I tell you, okay, so for this last trip, these are the ones that I wore. These are Asics. These were a special collab with Kith and Asics. But you can easily get something similar. But do you see how cool these are? They're just like, not like, these have a little bit of silver metallic on them, and they have cool detailing on the front. So they're not just like a, you know, a boring sneaker, okay? They have a cool factor to it. And I can wear these, I wore these with really nice pants. I can wear these with a skirt, whatever, okay? But you will last a long time in these shoes. However, I'm gonna give you some more of my tricks that I do, okay? But when I tell you I can last in a good pair of sneakers, the key is, and for sneakers, because my other favorite ones are the New Balance 9060s. I'll put a little picture right here and pointing so that I know where to insert. These are literally my number ones, and these are my number twos, but these are I'm showing you what I took on my recent trip. But the key is, you see the back, the heel, you want to get sneakers that have a nice, good, thick, and wide back. And because the wider and the thicker the heel is, the more that you're going to feel the cushion, and that's what's going to keep your feet lasting longer. If this is thin, and yeah, like I have Onitsuka Tigers, I have Gazelles, I have different cute sneakers that I would never take on a trip where I'm walking 20 to 30,000 steps a day, okay? These are the kind of sneakers that I take. The other one, okay, so these are probably like 150 bucks, right? And they will last you a good 6 months to a year, all right? After that, they start losing their comfort, but I got you, okay? The other shoe, I only took 3 shoes on this trip for 2 weeks. The other shoe, I was shocked. When I tell you, I am still shocked at the comfort of these shoes. And I got them on sale on the clearance at Zara, and they're real leather, and they were $39, okay? Because you guys can scour Zara, just go in there and just type in the word leather, so it brings up all the things that are actual genuine leather, like shoes, handbags, jackets, whatever, okay? Look for the genuine leather. Now, these are them. These, look how cute these are. They got a little pointy toe. They slip on really easy. The heel, okay, is nice and thick, but it's not too high. You can still walk on cobblestone streets with this, okay? But yet, because of that little, I thought, oh my God, I'm stupid. Why am I taking these? And I literally bought them a week before my trip. I wore them around for a couple days just doing errands, and I was so surprised on how comfortable these were. So I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking them. And I am so glad I did, because these were probably the most comfortable out of the 3 shoes that I know, and they were brand new. And when I tell you the leather's soft, the cushion inside was so soft, and I was so happy because when I wanted to look a little dressier, I just slipped these on as well. They would just kind of give it a cool factor. The third boot that I took, that I was also gambling on, because I only had these for a few weeks, were these boots. And the brand is called La Road. And I think they're a little dusty. They're a Brazilian brand, and you can get these online. You can even find these like at Nordstrom's or even Nordstrom's Rack. I actually found these at Nordstrom's Rack. I love these because they kind of give that little moto boot, but a little Western vibe. And I was able to wear these in the snow. When I was in Amsterdam, I was able to, granted, they don't have a lot of grip on top, but it's Amsterdam, not Chicago. Okay, in Chicago in the snow, these I will fall on my butt. But I knew like European snow is like, it's snow, but it's not snow, ice, like you need grippers, like Canadian bottom grippers when you're in Europe. Not the cities that I was in Europe. I'm not saying Europe doesn't have good snow like that, but it does, not where I was. So, but anyway, these were amazing because they kept my feet warm. I was able to, walk in rain and puddles and all that stuff for those rainy, icky days. I was not going to wear these, but I wore these. And then I would even wear these when it was kind of wet, whatever. But okay, so those are the 3 boots. Those are the 3 shoes that I wore the entire time. And I'd rotate them. Like I wore these on the plane because they're the heaviest. I always do that. And then I would plan my outfits according to the shoe. And I would just rotate. And I made sure that all my clothes that I took would match all 3 of these shoes. Like I could get away with wearing any of these shoes with any of the clothes that I wore. Okay, and I liked it because, one was like brown, one's black, and then one's kind of a gray where it can go neutral color with anyway. But here's the thing, no matter how comfortable your shoes are, when you're walking that amount of steps, right, what really helps to have in your bag are these little things. These are little heel inserts. You can get them at Walgreens. I got these on Amazon. You can look at they're called ProFoot. They're just heel inserts, and they have a little gel okay? So that when your feet are tired, and let's say you're at 10,000 steps, right? You just have these in your bag and you put these in whatever shoe you're wearing, and voila, it's like you just put on a brand new pair of shoes. Because the heel is the one that gets the most, it's the one that your foot's slamming the most, right? So when you put these, when you just have these in your bag and you slip them in, like sit down at a restaurant or go to the bathroom or whatever, and just put these into your shoes, I guarantee you, now you're ready to go. Now you can last even longer. These were a lifesaver. I freaking love these. Okay, speaking of bags, when I tell you, this is gonna be bags, bag and shoes. When I tell you, I have bought Chanel, I've had Louis Vuitton, I have expensive handbags, okay? I have gorgeous handbags. And when I tell you, when I travel, I don't bring any of those. I have no desire to bring my luxury bags, right? I don't want to keep tabs of them. I am like ruthless when it comes to my bags. I throw shit around. Like if I buy a bag, it's married to me for life unless I decide to sell it, okay? But the bag that I take on my trips, I actually got, if you're familiar with the store Uniqlo, in Japan, Uniqlo has a sister store called GU, and they're actually located in the United States now. I think don't get me, don't quote me, but I think the only store in the United States is in New York City. It's called GU. And it's a cheaper version of Uniqlo, and they still have really nice quality things. Okay, so their bags, this bag, it's all black, okay? This bag is what I take when I go on vacation. It weighs nothing. Okay, look, it weighs nothing. It has 2 handles, okay? And it has a long crossbody strap. So when I tell you, I can stick so much stuff in here. So when I pack this, I just fold this up and put this into my carry-on. And as soon as I get there, this becomes my purse. So, and maybe you can find something similar, but this it's made out of nylon, first of all. So if it gets wet, it doesn't matter. It has like a big pocket in the front, two big pockets in the front, and then it has a side pocket, another side pocket, and inside it's just a big bag, okay? So everything just falls in there. So what I can put in here, I can put my wallet, I can put my sunglasses, I can put my eyeglasses, I put my camera, I put my GoPro, I put my lip gloss, and I love it because it doesn't weigh anything. It just weighs whatever you put in there. And so when I'm shopping and I have some place to always put, gum, or if I didn't finish my croissant, I can put it in here and eat it later, or I can put a bottle of water, I can put a little notepad, or I have my phone here easily. Do you see? It's like the most convenient, and I think I paid 10 or 20 bucks for this bag. And when I tell you, this is always going to be my travel bag because it's easy, it goes with everything. This is one of the little charms that I got in, I got this in Kyoto, I believe. Yeah, at the temples. But it's a little Shiba dressed as a fox, the irony. But anyway, those are my recommendations for shoes and for a bag to take. So, and to be nice to your feet. So I have so many more tips about travel and things to take. If I didn't even get started, like I have like bags and makeup bags, like so many things, tech stuff. Let me know if you guys are interested in this part of it too, because I love talking about travel. And I love talking about things that make your life so much easier to go on vacation. So let me know. I'm gonna insert a couple little clips of me wearing the different shoes so you guys can get a little idea of what they look like, and then I'll leave you guys with it. All right, peace.
well,